Good morning, friend. Welcome to Acre by the water. My name is Krystle. If you haven't seen the journey so far, please go check out our last videos. Today we are garden planning, I guess. I just want to know what I have to start, the seeds I have to start. But we've moved into this house in winter, so I wasn't able to really see the land properly. We did see it when we came to visit. It was fall. And we have the photos from the sellers when they put the house up for sale, all the photos they put. We do have some pictures of the land there. But I haven't really seen the size and stuff. So I'm gonna try to look at the size, I guess, in real life. But there's a lot of snow right now. There's about 3 feet of snow and it's gonna stay there until spring, obviously. Hello! Oh, the cats are curious. Hustle. Stencil. Their daddy's outside. I think, yeah, Phil got me the ladder right here. I want to try to get a better view of the spot. I can't see anything. I'm just 5'2", right? So I'm guessing with a ladder it's gonna be easier to see. I need my glasses. I've got sensitive eyes. So yeah, all this to say, the reason I want to see the land, well, where I'll be having my garden, is because I want to plan just quickly like this, where I'm gonna put raised beds and stuff like that. Obviously this is all things I'm gonna officially do in the spring, but I still want a little idea. Okay. We have 1 acre, and this is kind of what it looks like real quick. So we have till the fence there. So I do have this spot. I was thinking here, up here, we have sorry, I'm out of breath. We have until our land stops at this fence here. I was thinking maybe this is going to be the compost area behind the shed and some IBC totes. I'd like to put some gutters on the shed to collect rainwater, and then it goes to IBC totes. But yeah, this is where I want the garden. But there's a lot of snow. Hopefully one day a greenhouse would be so perfect here. The sun is right there. It rises here. Wow, the clouds are so nice. It rises here and it goes all the way there and sets there. So what I've noticed is that the garden, well, this space is actually always in the sun. Until sunset. Then we have a lot of mountains, so it sets pretty early, but there's still sun all day, and that spot too. So I'm thinking I don't want really to garden where the neighbor is. I'm a shy person, so I like to be alone. And these neighbors are further. This is a shed. So yeah, I was thinking maybe fruit trees there, because I'm not going to be in the fruit trees as much as in the garden. Oh, there's a neighbor. It's so rare we see cars here. It's weird. Okay, so yeah, fruit trees here. This is going to be Phil's studio for painting, and maybe a painting wall there would be really cool. This is my stepdad's trailer. So the beautiful veggie garden here. It's pretty far from the house, so things that I need really quick, herbs, will be probably around the house. There's a deck. The deck is here, and there's a pool there. We'll remove the pool and put the fire pit in that area. Behind the house was like a nice spot for a garden too, but we're thinking instead, yeah, wait, I forgot to say, the thing is, behind the house is there's a septic tank and the field, and then that old shed is leaving. So we were thinking maybe, well, I was thinking, I don't know if I told Phil, but I was thinking putting the chicken coop there eventually. Having chickens would be a goal. But yeah, I can't really do my garden on the septic tank. We need access to that and all. So the best spot is really here. Okay. Yeah, I can see a lot better like this. This was a good idea. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So, yeah, I forgot to mention the trees here. I'm not sure what it is. Like, I've checked on ChatGPT to see if it can help me, like, with the branches, like, see what type of tree would be, because obviously I haven't seen them in the summer, so I have no idea. And one of the predictions, oh my god, there's a car coming, that he's gonna be like, what the hell are you doing? he looked at me like, what the fuck is she doing? A couple of like predictions of what these tree could be. In a couple of them there were like some kinds that weren't good for pests and stuff like that, so I'm not gonna keep them. Obviously I need space for the garden, right, and not have too much shadow. Is shadow the word? Anyways, I want a lot of sun. So we have a friend that cuts trees for a living, and he's gonna take care of that for me. He's gonna cut it down just so that we don't hurt ourselves. And I think it's gonna be a pretty big area for a garden. Like, yeah, like, I don't know how many beds could I fit. Like, man, I could fit a lot actually. Let's say I have like IBC totes there and compost. It doesn't even touch the garden. If I put the greenhouse there, would be better, because here there's like shadow. Bonjour. Okay, we just got interrupted because we just met the neighbor, and we've been talking for an hour and a half.
3 hours?
He was really nice. He helped us out with a lot of things, a lot of issues with the house, gave us a lot of tips, talked about the quality of the soil and stuff. So that was very helpful meet, I guess. But yeah, I have no idea where I was. But for the garden, I'll just go one step higher. Woo. I'm noticing that I have a lot of space. There's like, I don't know if you can see on camera, but the fence goes there, and then there's like a dip or something. That's not ours. So this fence is our limit. So let's say the last tree here is our limit. So it's still pretty big. Yeah. When I remove those trees, oh yeah, the neighbor told us what trees these were. I'll put the English name here because I don't know. It's a vinaigrier in French. I don't know what it's called in English. So we have a ton of them on our property down by the water. So we're just gonna get rid of this. And honestly, I think I'm debating on if I should put my beds, like I said, the sun is here in the morning and goes there at night. Well, you see, I have no idea what time it is right now. I'm guessing 3 o'clock, 2 or 3 maybe. So I'm debating if I'm putting my beds like this. It's probably going to be an in-ground garden for the first year, and then raised bed the second year. I'm not sure yet, but tell me in the comments if you think I should put them like this, or like this. So like horizontal with the shed, or vertically like this. I can fit so much. Anyways, if ever anyone has tips on how to... You're gonna bring the ladder for me? Thank you. If anyone has tips on how I should plan this garden. I've never done this in ground. I've always just gardened in grow bags and containers, so I would appreciate any tips. This will probably be the garden shed also with storage, because like I said, this will be Phil's spot. Yeah, and this is a huge rock here, so there's not much we can do except maybe, I don't know, putting a little table and look at the view, but there's a lot of trees, I don't know. And eventually, when we win millions of dollars, no, we would like, Phil and I talked about maybe building a sauna. Just trying this couples project, and we're like by the house now. This is the deck, this is the pool. Oh, the neighbor is gonna take the pool. He's really happy about that. And here there's like, it goes down like this, and then there's like a spot where there's nothing, and then it goes down to the lake. So that spot where there's nothing, we were thinking of trying to build a sauna. That would be so cool. Can you imagine in the winter, cold like it is right now? It's like -20. It's not that cold, but I'm cold all the time. So for me, it's super cold. But yeah, can you imagine going to the sauna and then jumping in the snow? That would be so cool. Anyways, I'm gonna go inside because we've been outside for hours now, and I'm so cold. Oh, hello, me baby. Hello. The cats are like, I thought you were just gone for like 30 seconds. Wait, I think Hustle's gonna have an asthma attack. Are you okay? Oh, you're okay. I thought he was gonna cough. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna remove this winter gear, and I think I'll take a look at all the seeds I have, and I also want to check at last year's garden. It was in grow bags, like I said, but I want to check how many grow bags I have, comparing to, there's a hair, comparing to last year's seeds that I started. The neighbor said that, hello. The neighbor said that I should still, woo, stencil. I should still grow some stuff in my soil, even though my soil isn't ready. He also gave us a name of where I can get nice soil. So yeah, I might do that. I might start a couple of seedlings, some seedlings in the soil we have here, having just a little delivery first of soil. And yeah, I think that's gonna help feed my soil so that next year I can have a nice garden. Anyways, okay, we'll look at the seeds now. My hands are cold. Okay. Woo. So. I've seen like every homesteader on YouTube ever. Every gardening person on YouTube ever put their seeds in these photo organizers, and I just want to say thank you to the person who invented that idea or found that idea, because it's the best. It's amazing. Like, you don't have any packages, seed packets that are like misplaced, or it's all organized, and also it keeps them from water, and humidity, which is very important. Okay, I have a lot of seeds. I don't think I need to order much. But yeah, the only thing I forgot to check is I'm looking to always have determinate tomatoes because I pretty much only use tomatoes for salsa and sauces and stuff like that. And cherry tomatoes I make, what do I make with this? Sun-dried tomatoes with cherry tomatoes. But I thought I would try these ones this year. Yeah. Oh. Phil has to check his glucose. TBB. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try these little, what is it? Sweetie ones this year. We'll see. I have a couple from last year too, but I'll go through that a bit later. So this Roma here is determinate, which is what I want. And this San Marzano, I've learned that there are two kinds of San Marzanos. There's a determinate and there's an indeterminate. And last year I remembered that and I made sure that I got the determinate kind. And this year I was like, oh yeah, I got San Marzano last year and it was determinate, so I'm good. But I forgot that there were two kinds and this one is indeterminate, which sucks, but whatever. I'll just freeze them, and when I have everything I need, then I'll do the salsa, so it's not a big deal. You see, those are the San Marzano I had last year, and they're determinate, so I kind of forgot that there were two kinds. So anyways, I just wanted to share that this is the 4 seed packets that I bought so far this year. But I'll have to go through all of these seeds and see what I have to determine better what I'm gonna need. So I was gonna grow only in grow bags and containers so that I could work on my soil up in the garden. What I was gonna do was like plant clovers maybe all over, just so that I can feed my soil. I do have to call in and order a big order of soil, because like the neighbor told us, it's not really good soil here, it's kind of dead. So I'll have to do that. But yeah, I didn't think I was gonna plant up there, but now that he suggested that I should still plant, then maybe I'll have a couple of plants in my grow bags and a couple in the garden. So I'm gonna have to plan for this. So last year my garden was in, like I said, grow bags. They were behind our tattoo shop on asphalt. Right?
Yeah.
Is it rock or asphalt? It's asphalt. Yeah. So the entry is here. Well, the exit for the shop is here. So I had a huge grow bag here with all my tomatoes, garlic, echinacea, chamomile, stevia. I grew a lot of stevia in pots. It's crazy. Oregano, spinach, radishes, lettuce, sunflowers, potatoes, kale, watermelon, cantaloupe. A bit too much calendula this year, last year. Marigold and basil between my tomatoes. Squash. I don't say which kind of squash. Bell peppers, carrots. Oh, the Moscovich tomato, cherry tomato, marigold, basil. Some beets, celeriac, rutabaga, leeks, green onions, chamomile, kale, sunflower, raspberry, echinacea, peppermint. There's also chocolate mint that did not come back from the year before. I tried a crabapple branch. It died. Dill, lemon balm, loofahs. I tried loofahs and it was so weird. They only bloomed at night or like in the evening. Is that how it usually is? Cucumbers, my cucumbers failed. And then water tubs and chives. A problem I had in my garden last year is Phil and I went to get some branches in the wild, just in the little forest. We found some branches on the ground of trees that got cut down. Ooh, you okay? And that was to fill up a raised bed, because I do have a raised bed that's like, it's raised up from the floor about 3 feet, I guess, so that you don't have to bend down. And that was gonna be my for my herbs. This year I'd like to keep it for herbs so that I can keep it close to the house for like easy quick access stuff. But we wanted to fill it up with branches and like bigger stuff, and then leaves and stuff like that, and then my soil on top. So we went to get some branches out in the wild, and we saw these trees that got cut down, and we're like, oh, that's perfect. We just brought a couple branches back, but then everything pretty much died in that raised bed. My cucumbers got a disease. My cherry tomatoes, I had cherry tomatoes in there too. They got diseased. They all had like white spots on it, and it was really weird. And what else? The basil was super, like, not strong at all compared to the basil with in my tomato beds, my tomato grow bags, sorry. And the loofahs, like nothing worked. I didn't have any loofahs. I had a ton of flowers. No loofah. Actually, I got like, I think 2 that were small like this. They didn't have enough time. Also, there wasn't enough sun in that spot, so can't wait to have a lot of sun here. Hello. But anyways, all this to say that I realized that everything was getting diseased and nothing else was getting diseased anywhere else, just in that raised bed. So obviously you get where I'm going at. Those branches probably got cut off because that tree was probably diseased. And it didn't even cross my mind that maybe that tree got cut down because it was diseased. Yeah, so I'm not doing that again. If you see a tree that got cut down, don't take the branches for your garden. Oh, that was like other plants that I had done for behind the shop. This is how I wanted to place my grow bags. I did do it like this at first, and when the tomatoes were in the middle, and when they got like really big and bushy, there wasn't enough space to like walk by. So at around fall, I think, I put those tomatoes by the wall, and this was like at the end of the bed. I just pushed everything back, and I was like, oh, I'll just do it different next year. But I didn't know that we were gonna have a house. So I'm happy I'm not gonna have a grow bag garden at the shop next year, or well, this year. I'm gonna check my seeds. I'm gonna write everything I have, write what I need, what I want, so that I know what I want to order, and then I'll try to figure out where to put what. If any of you are really used to this garden planning, please let me know some tips on how you're not overwhelmed. Since it's my first year, I'm kind of overwhelmed that I have just a blank canvas to work with. Like, it's like, I'm sure some people are watching and they're like, oh my god, I wish I could have a blank canvas, it's so amazing. But I'm kind of overwhelmed. I don't know like in what sense to go and how to place everything. And I've never been in that spot, like on that actual garden spot, so I don't know what fits, but like in my mind I can fit a lot. Just in my grow bags last year, I think I had 20 tomato plants in total. That's a lot for grow bags, and I had a bunch of tomatoes. I had a lot, so I know I can fit a lot, but I don't know where to start. So please tell me. I'm gonna make lists. That's what I'm gonna start with, because lists always help. And I'm gonna check out the seeds I have. What do I want? What do I have? And what do I need? Is that a good plan? Is that a good plan, Phil?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. This is the squash that I forgot I also did last year. Yellow scallop summer squash, so kind of like a patty pan. They died before I could get an actual plant. Not enough sun. Okay, I got the list of everything I have versus things that I want to have or have more of. So I'm thinking this year I'm gonna have a lot of work to do this summer and this spring. We have a lot of renovations to do, so I'm not gonna start creating trellises, like permanent trellises. So I'm gonna go with things that don't need any trellis, except tomatoes, because I have cages already and that's going to be good enough. I've got beans, peas, radishes, kale, spinach, lettuce, cucumbers, dill, basil, stevia, oregano, cilantro, peppermint, lemon balm, parsley, Thai basil, calendula, a lot, like too much. Echinacea, I've got German chamomile and Roman chamomile, giant sunflowers, elderberries, black raspberry, because these two I wanted, well, I have to plant in the fall, so I would have had to plant when we came to visit, so I'm gonna have to wait for fall for these. Marigolds, I've got African, Cracker Jack, and French. I've got some wildflower mixes, three kinds. I've got baby's breath. I've got some bird sunflowers, some carrots and turnips, celeriac, which is celery root for some people, beets, zucchinis, summer squash, spaghetti squash, butternut squash, loofahs, jalapenos, peppers, tomatoes. I have Romas, determinate San Marzano, indeterminate San Marzano. I have some cherries and 2 packets of slicing tomatoes. I wrote 1. I don't know if I want to do slicing tomatoes this year. Maybe just 1 plant. Watermelon, cantaloupe, chives, onions, leeks, and green onions. So I mentioned in another video, he doesn't like when I speak English, or he really likes it. I don't know. He becomes clingy. And also when I read, he's like all up in my face. I think it's my monotone voice. So this is all the seeds I have. My goal, since we have a lot to purchase this year, we have some soil to purchase and the repairs on the roof and the repairs of the foundation. We've got a lot of things to do this spring and summer, so I want to spend as less money as I can. So my goal is to use up as much of the seeds I already have. Also, anyways, seeds start to go bad, or like not go bad, but they don't sprout as well when they're older. What are you doing? So I want to use up the seeds I have also for that reason, so that I don't waste them. Except the beans and the peas. What do I like not want to plant? I wasn't a huge fan of Thai basil. Like, I really love the taste. It's just I didn't find myself using it enough last year. So I was thinking of not planting any, but I have 2 packets. So maybe I'll just push myself on using it a bit more, like in soups. Other than that, I think I want to plant pretty much everything I have. For the things I don't have that I want to purchase, at least I don't have all of this to purchase. I just have this, so it's not going to be super expensive. I want some more kale. I do have 1 packet of kale. Oh, 2 actually. I will use up all that kale. We eat a lot of kale. I really, really love it. Sauteed in a quality butter with a bit of salt or nutritional yeast. Yeah, it's so good. But I want dinosaur kale. I've seen a lot of people that have that type of kale, and it just looks a bit more prolific. Strawberries, because all of the bare roots I bought online yesterday, they all died. Yesterday, oh my god, last year. They all died. So I have to get more strawberry crowns. And I'm thinking of maybe just buying either seeds, or maybe both. Maybe some seeds and some plants, like already established strawberry plants. And keep them in pots maybe for this year. I don't know. Or put them in ground and let the roots establish for the first year. I don't know. I haven't had a lot of luck with strawberries. I think I just don't have enough sun. But here the sun won't be an issue, so I'm happy with that. Anyways, so kale, strawberries, apples. I want apple trees. So this year I also want to go check at orchards and get some perennial fruits. That's a big goal. So apple trees. I want to get more blueberries because my blueberries last year didn't come back. So I'm gonna get more blueberries. Pickle cucumbers. I have the regular slicing cucumbers, but I want pickle ones because the ones I had last year, I guess used them all up. I want more perennial chamomile, the Roman one. The German one is nice. I think the German one is the annual one and the Roman one is the perennial one. But yeah, I want more of the Roman one because I want to put chamomile like everywhere. I drink that stuff a lot. I want more beets. I do have a packet of beets, but we eat a lot of beets, so I want more. I want more basil. We do have a couple of packets of basil. We have 2 packets of basil, but I want more because I really, really love basil and I haven't had enough this year. I need seed potatoes. Raspberries. My raspberries, they didn't come back last year, so I bought a new bush, and right now that bush is behind the tattoo shop. I'm hoping it comes back, but either way, I want more raspberries to put on the land here. I know they spread a lot, so I'm gonna keep an eye on trimming it every year. I want a cherry tree also. There's a kind of cherry that does good here in this area. Some perennial flowers would be nice. I've got echinacea. I don't know if the echinacea I have at the tattoo shop will come back. It's in pots. We'll see if it comes back. I need garlic, of course. I missed the window to plant garlic. So I'm just gonna do spring planting. Spring garlic is just gonna be smaller, but it worked last year. Last year I planted my garlic in October and I had issues with the pot I put it in. The container, I think, didn't have holes. And I didn't know, I thought it did. So they just rotted in there. So I had to replant in the spring, and it worked out super good. It was like super small garlic bulbs, but it's garlic nonetheless. So I would like to start asparagus. I didn't find anywhere to buy like crowns, already like 2-year-old crowns. So I'm thinking of just starting them from seed, and it's gonna take years, and I don't mind. I don't know if I'll start this year. I could start it this year since we won't be able to harvest from it in a couple of years, but for a couple of years, I'll see. I wanted to maybe try broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage. I've never grown any of those three. I'm just not sure yet here how the pest is, especially for cabbage and broccoli. I know like there's a, what is it, cabbage moth or whatever. I don't know if we have that here because I've never grown cabbage here. I just grew, yeah, I just grew kale. That's pretty much the only thing from that family, I guess, that I grew. And I want to grow some pumpkins. I do have some squash, but I think I like to try to grow pumpkins because everyone that grows pumpkins is like a kid when they pick them, and they always say that it's their favorite thing to grow. So I want to try it out. At least one plant. And I'd like to try tromboncino. I don't know how to say that, but the super big pumpkin-y squash that becomes super big. I don't want to do this year, probably next year or the year after, whatever, when we have chickens. It's going to be perfect for them because you can let them like become super humongous. It's going to be perfect for food for them. I just wrote it down so I don't forget it. Maybe borage I'd like to try. Lavender. I want to get some comfrey and some nettles for the medicinal reasons. Cornflowers, I would like to try that. Some cosmos, some daisies. I'm very boring, but my favorite flower is a daisy, and it's my birth month flower. I just really like them. So I want to get daisies. I want to get eucalyptus. Milkweed, obviously. I want to get the milkweed from my region. I don't know yet what's around here. Like I said, we moved in the winter, so I don't know if there's any perennial flowers here that come back. I know the last owner had some flowers at the corner of the house, which I'm not gonna put anything around the house because there's already water issues. So yeah, I'm not gonna put any plants around the house. But she had those big white flowers. Oh my god, what's the name? I'm blanking on the name. It's the super big puffy white balls. Whatever, I'll put the name on the screen because I don't remember right now. But yeah, I don't know if these come back. I've heard that in zone 4 where I am, they don't come back. Sometimes they do, depending on the type that was planted. So we'll see if it comes back. She cut it down to the ground. There's no branches left or anything. Straw flowers. I really want to try that. It's so cool. Rudbeckia. Are Rudbeckias the same as Black-Eyed Susans? I think it is, right? If it's not, it's very close, right? I want to try those. I want to try teddy bear sunflowers because, oh my god, it's so cute. I grew bird sunflowers last year and the giant sunflowers that got eaten by squirrels. But I've never tried the teddy bear one, and it looks so fluffy. I want to try it. And I want to try zinnias because they're beautiful, and clovers. Obviously, I want to get clovers as a ground cover for the fall. I don't think I'll be planting in all of the beds that I'll be creating because it's gonna be too overwhelming for a first year, I feel like. I don't know. What do you guys think I should do? I want to know from people that have been doing this for years. I need your advice. I have experience in starting seeds I have experience in growing in grow bags and containers. Like, I know a couple of things, like what needs to be trellised and stuff like that. But when it comes to soil, I know about the type of soil you put in grow bags and containers. But any advice, obviously, even if I know the advice, I would take any advice that you guys could give me. Like, what's your opinion? Should I be just working the ground and not plant anything? Or will planting something help me give nutrients to the ground, even though it's not going to be super strong plants the first year? Should I not plant anything and just till it and put compost and till and with no covers, with covers? Like, should I just do the grow bags this year? And I don't know, like, what's the best thing to do? Like, my gut is telling me maybe growing some things would give some nutrients to the soil and will maybe loosen it up. Like, the roots could loosen it up a bit, and maybe it could work it for me. But I know it's not going to be a good first year, obviously. So this is why I also want to grow some in the grow bags, just at least some tomatoes, just to guarantee myself some tomatoes. But yeah, my gut is telling me I should plant some things. I don't know. What do you think? I'm gonna start with marking the beds where I want them. I'm gonna make a little plan right now of how I think I would do it. I know that come spring I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna probably change the whole plan. But I'll at least just draw myself a little idea. So I think this spring I'm gonna mark my rows, mark like where I want to put them, and measure in between each rows to make sure I can fit a wheelbarrow. I just want to make sure I can fit a lawnmower and a wheelbarrow between the rows. That's pretty much the only restriction I think I need. And then I'll till everything. I'll have some soil delivered here. I can start composting also this spring. And then I probably have time to do all this before it's time to plant, because my seedlings are gonna be ready to plant only around June here, I think. I had my right there. I had my first frost date and my last frost date written down in my zone, but this was for the apartment. I don't know if maybe the first and last frost date are maybe pushed a little. So my last frost date used to be between the 1st and the 10th of May, which means I can start planting around that time. But here, and I haven't looked it up yet. It's probably going to be more of the middle to 20th of May, I'm guessing. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. But I'm thinking I'll only plant around the very beginning of June. End of May, beginning of June. It also depends on the snow here. We're like in between mountains, very low. And we've been getting so much snow. At least there's a lot of sun, especially up there. So I'm thinking it's gonna melt a lot faster up there. This is where my garden is, by the way, where I'm pointing. But I'm thinking I can plant around June, which means I can maybe till in May and get my soil delivery in May. I don't know. But yeah, I need you guys' advice on garden planning. I'm gonna look up some videos. I did check a couple of videos throughout the years on garden planning, but I didn't have land back then. So there's some things that I ignored because they weren't like, they wouldn't apply to me. But now that I'm there, I'm like, oh no, I need help for garden planning. Especially in my zone, like zone 4, it's pretty cold here. So there's some things that some of you guys are watching and you're like, yeah, just do this, blah, blah, but we can't here. Or like varieties of stuff also that the people more in the south of me can grow and I can't here. But yeah, I've looked through my seed ordering booklet that I got, and I got an idea of what I can get. I didn't know that they had seed potatoes also, so I'm pretty glad they have it. I'll make a little plan of what I think I want to do. I'm not gonna look into what I'm gonna pair together, like what goes well with what. I'm gonna do this spring when I know actually what I'm planting. Then I can know, like, okay, I want to put this with this. Right now I'm just gonna do like a kind of a rough sketch of what I do want to have in my garden. And when it's time to plant, then I will figure out exactly where I put what with what. A rough planting garden plan. I think I figured it out. I figured something. I just had to draw it, I think. So, I don't know if you guys are gonna understand my drawing, but this is where we come in. It's the driveway. And then this is shed number 2, I think we call it. It's gonna be the garden shed. I eventually want a greenhouse right there because the sun comes here. I drew the sun. It goes from there to there. So taking that into consideration, I don't want some tall plants to shade. Oh my god, shade is the word I was looking for earlier. I don't want the tall plants to shade my smaller plants. That's stencil in the back. So I'm gonna put the taller plants in the back here, which is going to be the front where you come in. So I'm thinking everything that's like root vegetables like beets and celeriac and turnips and rutabaga and leeks and green onions and carrots and onions and garlic. Yeah, I named some things that aren't roots, but I mean stuff like that are shorter are going to be in the front. Then I was thinking onions and garlic around here. It's not going to shade anything if it gets really high, but it's still at the front because it's not that high. And then here, the melons and squash. Like I said, I don't want to start trellising a lot of things. So I know cucumbers have to be trellised and melons and stuff like that, but I do have a couple of trellises for the cucumbers already, like some just super cheap ones. I'll use that for my cucumbers and the squash maybe, but the melons, watermelons, I'll just have them go on the ground this year and we'll see what that does. But yeah, these are low, the squash and the melons that I'm not gonna trellis. They're low, so they'll be on the sun side. And then the taller stuff at the back here, which is the front of the property, so that it gets all of the sun but doesn't shade anything, like I said. So all of my tomatoes and peppers will be in the back here. And then I was thinking in the middle could be all the flowers. What do you think of that? Because eventually I would love to have bees, and like around here would be a great spot for them. I could put their door towards the garden, their entry, I mean, so they could go directly to the flowers and the veggies. But yeah, I think the flowers in the middle would be pretty cute. I will also obviously have some flowers in the other beds within the tomatoes and stuff. But yeah, I think this is a good plan. Let me know what you think. By the way, like north is this way. But yeah, so the sun is here. Yeah, I think that's gonna make the most sense, I think, to have the taller things in the back. Yeah. And then I'll have the compost behind the shed here because I don't want to see it because it's ugly. And I'll get some IBC totes, 1 to start, then maybe 2 or 3 in the future with the gutters, and have my hose and everything around here. The water well, the well we have is right like here. So maybe I can find a way to pump water directly out of the well to have easy access for water this year, because I don't think I'll collect enough rainwater for my garden in the amount of time we have to set up everything. But I don't know how to do that. Can I get a water pump directly from the well to my garden? Like, the water pump is already connected to go to the house. So how do I do one connected to the garden? I don't know. I guess I'll have to ask a plumber or something. I don't know. Because like irrigation would be amazing in this one day. I drew 12 beds to start. But I would be able, I think, from what I saw, obviously this is not to scale. I think I could fit 15. I was thinking like 2 by 6 beds, maybe 2 by 4s. I don't, not 2. I keep saying 2, 4. Yeah, not more than 4 feet deep so that I can access 2 feet from one side, 2 feet from the other. So not more than 4 feet deep, and then I think 6 feet long. I think this is the the size of beds I would like. And like I said earlier, enough space to walk through with the lawnmower and the wheelbarrow. Oop! Oh, sorry, baby. Oh. Beautiful boy. Look at this. Look at this Billy. It's cute. All right. Well, I think I got a good plan. I'm pretty happy with today's progress, like everything we've learned today. Also, the neighbor was very, very helpful. Like, he's been there for 25 years, so he's seen a lot of things go on into this house. He gave us some tea about the last owners and the time they rented, and oh my god, so many stories. Like, it's incredible. Maybe one day I'll Stencil is having zoomies, but yeah, maybe one day I'll share all of that information with you if you think it's if you like gossip like me. But anyways, we've learned a lot today about this house and the property, and the neighbor. He's older now, but he's been working in construction his whole life, and he offered to help for a couple things. So it's going to be very, very helpful to have a knowledgeable neighbor beside us, because obviously we are tattoo artists and we don't know what we are doing. And looking at his house and everything he's done, it looks amazing. Like, everything seems to be holding up pretty good. So that's going to be helpful. And he also has chickens and a pretty big garden. So I think I'm gonna be able to learn a lot from him also. I do want to have chickens in the future, like I mentioned. I think I mentioned it at the beginning of the video. We want to tear down the old shed that's falling down. And the neighbor was really happy of hearing that we were taking it down because it blocks his view to the lake and stuff. So he was pretty happy about that. But yeah, this is where I would like to have my chicken coop, but just a bit, like not as far, just a bit more beside the house, whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about where everything is headed. Now, if the snow could just melt and spring could just arrive, it'd be even better. In another video, I'll be starting some seeds. I'm a bit late for a couple of them. So I've missed like the window to start onions and peppers. Here, it's pretty much right now the window to start like peppers. Last year, I started all my peppers, the bell peppers, in February, and they were really big once I had to plant. They were already starting to flower inside and making peppers inside, and I kept picking the flowers out because I was like, I don't want flowers inside. My cat is asthmatic. I don't want pollen or whatever. And also I want the plant to focus on root and stem inside, and it flowers outside. But I think I started them too early, so I think starting everything a bit later, like in March, will probably be better. Yeah, I think my tomatoes anyways, I start them in March, so I'm not that late. Like, I didn't miss that much. Basically I just missed the onion window, but I think I will start onions anyways since I have a lot of seeds. I won't be spending money on it. And we'll just see. Maybe I'll just have super small onions, and I'm okay with that. Like, I could always do like marinated onions with them, and yeah, it's not going to be a loss. So right now, I think I'll just go look at what I wanted to order, and I'll probably put in a seed order right now. I don't know how much time they take to come in since we've moved here. I don't even know if they ship here where we are at right now. So I'll have to check that all out. So that's what I'm gonna go do right now. I thank you very much for watching and commenting. You guys have been so helpful, honestly. So thank you so much for that. And please consider subscribing. It's free and it helps us a lot when you do that. Helps the algorithm and helps my channel go out there and get out there, I mean, and it gets more people in so that I can get even more advice. So please do consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. And thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.